Hello everybody and welcome. Today the topic is going to be how to avoid writer's block, because this is something that every writer struggles with. It's a dastardly enemy of writers around the world. It strikes when you least expect it and it hits you like a lance up your backside. But it doesn't have to be that way, because here are 3 proven and easy ways that you can avoid writer's block so you never have to face it ever again, ever. It can just be something that's in the past. And so if you like writing and you are like me and you like writing, then consider subscribing and hitting the bell, and I'll keep you updated with future videos. I can promise you that at the end of this video, writer's block will be something that you will almost never have to deal with again. So the first tip is basically to finish the chapter when you already know how it's going to end. And so basically when you finish writing, then you can just come back to it the next day and you know what's going to happen. And so you can just come back full of energy, pumped up, because you know what is going to happen. And if you're a pantser, which means that you just write without any plan or outline, you just write, you don't know how the story is going to end. At the end of your writing session, you could just write a little shorthand paragraph about what is going to happen in the next chapter or the next time that you write. What is going to happen, so that it sparks you off. It's because essentially, it's all about getting that springboard effect when you just start doing something and then it just pushes you forward so much. Because I think the hardest part about anything is about starting it, and then once you've started it, the rest is so much easier. I mean, once I get a train of thought going in my head when I'm just speaking in front of the camera, it just keeps on going and it keeps on going, and sometimes I'm filming for minutes and minutes and I haven't even stopped recording, and it all makes sense somehow. And that's because I've got a springboard idea that I just launch myself off of. And if you do that with writing, by writing at the end of your writing session what you're going to write in the next writing session, or at least the beginning of what you're going to write in the next writing session, then it means that a lot more ideas will sprout from it. Because I think conversations also work like this. When you talk about something, then your conversation goes off in different branches, and so one thing will trigger another piece of information that you can talk about with the person, and then that will just trigger another thing, and that will trigger another thing. And obviously conversations are actually in real life pretty dull and boring, and in books you have to make conversations interesting, because otherwise it's a boring book. But essentially, that's another tangent. Sometimes, yeah, that just proves my point, that what you say in real life is really so much worse than edited dialogue. Anyway, I'm going to stop talking now, because this is a very long train of thought, and I don't want to continue any further. The second tip is to keep all of your writing ideas on one Word document, so that if you ever run out of an idea, you can just go there and immediately you will be inspired by your own past ideas. Essentially with writing you can create anything. Dandelions, Mexican dancers, or fish that say oink. There is literally nothing that you cannot create through writing. And so essentially there's not really any boundaries. And so if you just have a list of just jumbled up ideas that just could be made into anything, then you can just pluck an idea from that list and just put it in your book and see if it works. Brandon Sanderson put it in a very excellent way. That is essentially what writing is. Trying something, seeing if it works, and if it doesn't work, just try something else and see if it works, and if it doesn't work, just try something else and just keep on going and keep on going on that train. And at the end of that train you should probably have a load of good stories. And so basically if you just create this Word document, then it just gives you a place to go when you're run out of ideas and you don't know what to do and you don't know where to go or who to find help from or what to do, and you just dead inside. Or you can come to this channel. I mean, this channel is always open. You want to knock on the door. The third thing that I find is really useful for me is to just write. Because everybody has words inside their head. That's one of the things that everybody has inside their head. Even if you think that you don't, you do. I'll give you an example. Just say something right now. Say anything. It doesn't matter what it is. There you go. That's a word. And you can write it on the page, and you can just continue that stream of words that just come into your head and that vaguely represent some string of a story that could vaguely be entertaining. And then when you edit it again, then it will be better. And then when you edit it again, it will be even better. And if you edit it, say, 10 times, it's a story that has had a lot of effort put into it and is very detailed and very entertaining, and you almost look at it and you think, did I really write that? And I strongly believe that writing is 90% about editing and 10% about actually writing new content. And so writer's block isn't really so much of a big issue if you know that it's really only 10% of it. Stuff that you write doesn't even need to be that good. I think every writer essentially is the same, in that most of what they write is so bad they don't want anyone to see it, ever. There we go. So thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed, give it a like and comment some ideas that you have that can hopefully help other people with their writer's block. They can be wacky, any ideas that just are bubbling around in the depths of your mind, that seem like they are too outrageous to even write, but just write them anyway. And I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.